it's me, Renee. I'm back. So this will probably be the first video you'll see of me in a few days. I had planned to post a video on 25th. I just kind of ended up ditching that because I just enjoyed not filming and just reading for so long time. I suppose, yeah, I could have pre-filmed something. I didn't. I thought maybe I wanted to film something that day. I didn't. So yeah. Well, it's the Christmas time, and I had thought maybe I should film something in case some of my watchers are having a bad day, they can watch a new video. Well, I have plenty of videos, and there's plenty of other videos on BookTube and YouTube. So yeah, it's not really on me. I feel like if everyone's having a bad day, they can watch something else. If that sounds mean, but what I meant was if someone's having a if I have a bad day and some of the people I watch don't have a new video up, I can look at someone else or I can look at some of their old videos. I shouldn't really feel pressure to or ashamed not to have new videos all the time because A, it's not my job, and because B, it's as in I don't do this for a job, and as in B, it's a hobby, and hobbies should be fun. So yeah. I'm here today because today I felt like I want to take a little bit of break from reading. I've been reading a lot these lately, these last few days. And yeah, I finished a book yesterday. Well, I finished actually two books yesterday. Love them both. I have some books that I started that I haven't finished. I can't get back to. I'm not sure which of them I'm gonna read next. So here I am doing a video. And yeah, as you can see from the title, this is my Christmas gift book haul. Honestly, it's not really long because I didn't get that many books. You're not like, oh my god, so sad for you. No, don't be sad. I bought tons and tons of books for myself from work the other day. I work in a bookstore, if you don't know. Wow. And yeah, so here are the few books that I got for Christmas. In no random order, in a random order, we have Art Matters by Neil Gaiman. So this is, I think it's one, maybe it's two essays in one book. Anyways, it has context thingy that says why our future depends on libraries, reading and daydreaming, making a chair, and make good art. So yeah, so the whole book is no longer than. Give me a moment. It's no longer than. Uh, it's on. I think it's around 50 pages, so it's not very long at all. But yeah, it's a book I've had my eye on for a while, and I think, don't quote me here, but I think the money from this book goes to stop, um, what's the word in English again? To help people learn to read and write. There's a word for it, combined. Analphabetism? Can you say that in English? Is it the same? That's the word in Norwegian anyway. Anyway, yeah. So it's to help people learn to read and write, and around the world. And yeah, it's also illustrated, so that's very cool. And yeah, we might still have a bit of a cold. It's getting better each day, but I still have a bit of a cold. I have tea over there that I might, yes, see over there that I might get to now and then. So yeah. Then I got a gift card from Outland. Outland is a Norwegian sorry, a Norwegian bookstore. Well, bookstore slash, I would say kind of, I suppose it's more a fandom store really, because they sell merch from Star Wars, from Marvel, from Disney. They sell role-playing games, board games, everything. But they also have books, and depending it's a franchise here in Norway. So depending on where you go, which store you go to, they have more. Some of the stores have more have a bigger area for games. Some have a bigger area for books. The one closer to me has some books, but not that many, I would say. Like the one in Oslo is better. Still, I'm very happy to get one in this one. So yeah, it's a gift card on 500 kroners, which I think, how do you translate it to American and Canadian? I think the rule is around. I think 500 is $50 American dollars. I think that's how the rule is. How it's in Canadian, I'm not quite sure, but I think like you take away one number, so I think it's $50. I think that's how it's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the rule for it. So yeah, so that's quite fun to have. It's. I think it actually also. Give me a moment. Yeah. So instead of usually gift cards, I think at least usually it depends on where you are. But often with me, like gift cards that I have and use, most often they're usable for 1 year. This is usable for 2 years. So yeah, quite fun. So I don't really have the stress of using it for the just 1 year. I can use it next year as well. Well, in 2 years if I want to. So that's quite fun. And yeah, also since I suppose it's kind of cheating showing this here because the gift card's not books, but I suppose I probably might buy some books with this one. Though I might also buy some games because I like some games. So I like some games. I like games. So yeah. Then we have more books. Sorry. We have A Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan. And isn't that cover gorgeous? Gorgeous! I just love it so much. Beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, it's the first one in series. It's an adult high fantasy. I think, well, high fantasy, maybe it's like kind of, yeah, I think it's high fantasy. It's like, so they have like places that are called like Skyland. So I think that's supposed to be play on Scotland. It's supposed to be based on Scotland. So I think it's kind of alternative history with dragons in a way because they don't have our place names, geography names, but they do like have like I think it's meant to like be very similar to stuff. And yeah, I've heard just very good things about this series. And yeah, I thought like, you know what? I'm gonna put it on my wish list this year. So yeah, I got it. Then we have The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith. This is actually a book from this year. I think I might be wrong here. I think it's from this year. Well, okay, yeah. It came out in paperback this year, in hardcover last year, so more or less this year. It's gotten lots of good praise. I'm not sure how much it's been talked about on BookTube. I think it's supposed to maybe it's one of those books that we talked about like before it came out, but then people forgot to read it. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, it's might be wrong here, but I think it's an adult. Yeah, I think it's an adult fantasy book. And the idea is that the protagonist works is named Claire. She works in a library in hell. I was kind of like, what? But yes, just very fun setting really. And so the library in hell is a library for unfinished books. So every book that's written, Jane Austen's half-finished book and all that, those books that were lost to time and stuff, they end up here in this library of unwritten. And yeah, I don't know how much what it's about because I don't need to. Just that setting, that premise, just that short sentences premise just sounds so good. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, you might think like, you look tired. I'm not tired. I just didn't bother taking on mascara. So boo hoo for you if you're scared of me being all pale. Well, that's on you. Then we have Exile, which is let's say the second book in the Keep of Lost Cities of the trilogy. It's not a trilogy series. It's a middle grade book. Well, it's a book, but it's a middle grade series by Shannon Messenger. I read the first one last year. Well, sorry, last year. Earlier this year. It's soon last year, but it's not last year yet. But yeah, and I love the first one so much. I just go, okay, I need to read all the books. Yeah, yeah. They do have some of these books on in the library of like I want to own it. So yeah, it's on my wish list. Well, it was on, and I got it. So quite happy. It's a video chunk, really. I suppose after Harry Potter, middle grade books kind of have become chunks. So yeah, well, it's about chunk. It's 400 and well, it's 500 pages. I suppose it kind of depends. Like it could be 10 and not be able to read this because it's a big book, but it could be 10 and have read a lot and easily read it. And it doesn't really matter because I'm not 10. And yeah, excited to get this one. Also, a bit of hints. I do think I heard somewhere that this book later in the series they go to Atlantis and stuff like that, and that just sounds very exciting. So yeah, well, I suppose maybe I think they slightly went they visited Atlantis. I think in the first book, but I think they go more into it in the later books. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. And then last. Well, yeah, actually it's kind of last, but not least, we have Soulless. Now you may ask yourself, Renee, you have the whole series more or less on here. Why Soulless should it's probably back there somewhere? No. So the story here is okay, technically I own Soulless, but okay. I borrowed it away to a friend years ago, and I can't remember which friend. You might think like, oh my god, it's so sad. Well, it was a bit sad for a little while, but now I think like I'm not that sad because yeah, books are great, but in the end, they're just possessions, and you can easily buy new ones. So yeah, I bought this one, and I just feel also like this version is just kind of fun, nice size, and I really like the size of it. So yeah, and now I have the whole collection complete yet again, and yeah, that's so cool. Now my life is complete. Ish. So yeah, that's actually all. One moment. That's all the books that I got for Christmas. I suppose not a big pile, but when I could like buy 5 books with this one, or maybe 10 books. Sometimes they have cool sales. I can get lots more. And anyway, all these books just sounds and well, I know this one is amazing. I'm pretty sure this one is also, and yeah, they all sound so great. So, and I'll have lots of other books, so I'm not really sad or disappointed. Don't like look at this pile and think, oh, it's so few. No, don't be. I'm happy. I'm quite happy with it. Also, yeah, you might think like, why is that side of you here fine and that side is kind of messy? I showered just like what's that 2 weeks ago, 2 hours ago, and my hair is still not like all the way good, and I can't be bothered to brush it away or around the whole hair. So it's Christmas. Honestly, I don't give a damn if I look presentable. I look how I look. Also, I got this for Christmas. Best day ever with Olaf. So that's quite a fun related t-shirt. I also got another t-shirt that is not here. I think it's over there. I'll show it in another video. No one. I'm too lazy to get it now. And yeah, I'll see you later. If you have any comments on any of the books that I mentioned, or if you have any thoughts or anything, talk to me in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.